So today's meditation request was on radiating love. So the first thing to do really is to come into the present moment, be here now, because that's where you will find love. That's where you'll find true nature. That's where you'll be awake. And so one of the best ways to come into the present moment is to just be aware of your breath for a few breaths. It seems to join the body and the mind when we are anchored in the breath of the present moment. And so, in order to radiate love, we have to touch into the love that we actually are. Let's face the truth. The mind does not know how to love. The mind will hold thoughts and judgments and beliefs and core stories and lots of different identifications for each person. But there's something deeper than all of those thoughts and additions to our true nature. So first of all, I might just invite you to notice what your experience is right now of the heart, your heart, not just the heart beating in your chest, but that greater heart that is larger than the physical heart. The heart that we share, the heart that's connected to all things, all moments, all beings. And just become aware of, in a sense, what the periphery of all of that feels like. Are you aware of feeling defended or armored or protected? Or are you aware of feeling open, vulnerable, compassionate? And just be honest. You see, we're not trying to be one thing or another right now. We're just becoming aware of where we are. So all of us know what it's like to build a wall against certain activities or certain people or certain political parties or certain views, and all of those are really part of our conditioned body-mind. What's irritating to one person may not be to another. Someone you dislike is someone else loves. So you begin to feel how relative and conditioned those protective and defended places are in your own body-mind experience. But if we want to enter that space of love within us, that temple of love, that temple of unknowing, that mystery that is the throne room, we could say, of the divine within our very experience and our heart. If we want to enter that chamber, we might say, that dimension of our being, we have to leave a lot of things at the door. So just for a moment, we can pick them up all later. Just leave whatever identifications you have with your body, your gender, your race, your ethnicity, the core beliefs that you've held for a long, long time. Can you just leave them at the door, so to speak. And we'll also leave behind for the moment our judgments, our ideas, our expectations, our demands. Because if we want to enter the space of unconditional love, we can't take anything with us. So we enter empty into the dimension of yourself that is empty itself. It's empty of self. It's empty of definition. And yet it's right out of this emptiness that love flows as its movement. So, to whatever extent you feel you can enter this space or it's presenting itself to you, begin to feel that stirring of love that comes right out of this that's empty of definition, this mystery of your own being. Feel that stirs and the stirrings of love itself. And see what it feels like to let the heart awaken. Maybe a felt sense of energy or warmth or greater union or not non-separation, expansiveness, spaciousness, compassion. We're just waking that up in ourselves. And just for a moment, see if you can become more interested in understanding than being understood. So that when you think of those moments or people in your life that are very hard to love, see what it's like to feel some understanding of where they are. Could be fear, could be innocent misunderstandings, could be their conditioning, their suffering. And before we can send love to anyone suffering, we need to feel it bathing our own. So all of us have places of suffering, places of dissatisfaction, places of unease, places of contraction, places of confusion. Or just let this energy of love touch any place in yourself that you feel is in need of love. We don't need to analyze these places at this moment. It's just enough to feel compassion toward them, a softening around them, a willingness for these thoughts and feelings to be here without judgment, but with this compassionate awareness that is love. What in yourself is most in need of love? So let this love that you don't create because it's already here as your deepest essence, let it radiate itself where it wants to go. And that could be inner spaces, as we've just been inviting ourselves to become aware of, or it could be what we might call an outer experience, person, moment. What does it feel like just to radiate this love and compassion? And it might be where you wish, your mind wishes it wouldn't go because you're holding grudges, or you're resentful, or you're angry, or you're irritated. Those feelings can be here at the same time that love is radiated. It's a strange feeling, but it's possible. Because this love is not in judgment or in comparison with anything else. Everything is welcome in this love. And if it's a person that you feel angry or disconnected from or irritated with, imagine them as 2 or 3 years old. Each of us came in with some innocence, openness, desire really just to love and be loved. And then things happen. So sometimes it's useful just to remember that all of us have that innocence, no matter how much it may be covered up by conditioning or beliefs. And in this exploration, we can also begin to see how much the mind demands that life should look a certain way. That someone should look a certain way, that you should look a certain way, that life should only move according to your plans, your desires. But we're disappointed when we hold that view because life doesn't move exactly in the way that we think it should from our mind's perspective. So just feel that this love can go even where your mind is trying so hard to withhold love through judgment. As one teacher said, you are love in the habit of fear. So we have a lot of fear of loving. So I'm going to stop speaking now and just let you experience whatever you experience in terms of investigating love and how and where it wants to radiate from your own heart, the heart that we all share, the heart that isn't a personal heart, but is a universal, impersonal heart with great love, great intimacy, great compassion, and great unity, because it just loves itself wherever it looks. It sees itself. It doesn't hold itself separate. This love shines on the just and the unjust, as the Bible says. So we'll sit for another 10 minutes together, just in the quiet. See where love wants to radiate itself. See what understandings it wants to bring to you.